Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. It is White Rice Wednesday, which means time for my Survivor recap. So to recap, they're all kind of dealing with the Kane vote out. They don't understand why Kane was voted out. I don't understand why Kane was voted out. There's how many other threats out there and you got rid of Kane? Not that there's anything wrong with Kane. I mean, I thought he was great, but there's more obvious threats that should have took precedent than Kane. And I don't mean to make that sound negative or anything, but you know how votes go. Franny was kind of ticked that she wasn't in on the vote and they didn't tell her about it. But the thing of it is, when you play Survivor, you're going to be left out of some votes, especially if the vote involves one of your alliance members, because let's say somebody approaches you and they say, hey, I want to get so-and-so off. And you're like, oh my God, she's my closest ally out here. I gotta go tell her. So that's probably the biggest reason why people let certain people out of the vote, because it could turn around and bite them in the ass, basically. So there was a reward challenge, and and it was a loved ones challenge, but it wasn't the loved ones visit. And I'm wondering, did they get rid of the loved ones visit, or is there not a loved ones visit because it's only 26 days and not 39? But I love the loved ones visit. That always, got me so emotional. But I will say Survivor outdid themselves with the Survivor food. Whoever won got to get tacos and margaritas. That is probably one of the best Survivor food challenge wins I've ever seen. So basically, they had to, I almost thought it was going to be like a balancing challenge, but they had to stand on this, I don't even know what you would call it. You would stand on this little perch or whatever that's like in the air, and you had to like twist yourself, and it was attached to this ball. Once it got to a certain point, you got to go across a net, and then on a balance beam you had to unhook a ball. And then I kind of didn't pay attention this last part, but Franny ended up winning, and she ended up taking Carolyn, Lauren, and Heidi because they're moms and they miss their kids at home. And the thing with loved ones challenges is that is, if I was on Survivor, that is the one challenge I do not want to win. And it's not that I wouldn't enjoy time with my loved one. I think anybody out there would enjoy that. But it's the fact that if you win 9.5 times out of 10, you're going to be choosing someone to go with you. And you think, oh, it's only be one person, and Jeff says choose one more. And if you don't choose the right people to go on a challenge, you have how many people back at camp, they're going to be plotting against the person who won because they didn't take them. So I wouldn't mind being chosen to go on the loved one's visit, because that's nothing against me. It's the person who picked me to go. So, but then there's a question of, well, what if you end up winning the challenge? Because either like ridiculously easy or it was something that you were good at. I would literally just give up my loved ones. In that scenario, I would give up my loved ones reward, and let's say to Jeff, hey, if I give up my loved one's visit, can everybody else? Might score me some brownie points, for the time being anyway. So, and sure enough, when they're back at camp, they're, of course, understandably upset they don't get to have letters from home. Anybody, I think, would be upset if they knew their loved ones were out there somewhere and they couldn't see them when they were on the island. And they were all enjoying, on the reward, the tacos and margaritas. Who wouldn't be out there? Because tacos are great. And they, of course, were getting emotional reading letters from home. And I'm like, why is there no loved ones visit? But at camp, Jamie is explaining that she no longer has her idol, and she was saying that they feared the knowledge is power advantage. So Lauren gave her extra vote, and she gave Kane her idol. Kane was voted out last week, so no idol. But nobody believes her at camp, and it is freaking hysterical. And she says the same thing when the people on the reward come back, and nobody believes her at all. And they think that, oh, Jamie's dangerous, we've got to get her out because she definitely has this idol. What would be the most freaking hysterical thing ever is that if Jamie is voted out simply because they don't believe her story, in fact, she's telling the truth, but the fact that they don't believe her story and she gets voted out for a fake idol that she doesn't even have, that would be one of the most epic twists ever. So you get to the immunity challenge and your arms are kind of strapped to your sides and you have to slither like a snake through the sand bar, and they had to get this buoy untied, and then they had to solve this star 3D puzzle. And I love the puzzles, but it's like, wow, I could never do that. And Carson actually won immunity, so congrats to Carson. My guy Carson won. And it looked like it was so close. Like, it definitely looked like Franny was gonna win. So then question is, who goes home? Franny's name is coming up because she's won, I think at one point they said 3 immunity challenges. Well, no, scratch that. 2 immunity challenges and now 1 reward. So if Franny continues, she could definitely win this. And I would be totally okay with Franny winning. So, and this is like the only tribal council where she doesn't have some sort of protection. And now when you have good players like Franny, these are times to get them out. Because if you let it go an extra day, they could go on an immunity streak again. Danny's name is coming up because he's, like I've said in many videos before, he's like an obvious physical threat and very sneaky. And Jamie's name is coming up because of what I said before, this idol that she says that she gave to Kane. Kane's voted out. Nobody believes her story. So they want to flush the idol. They get to tribal council and nothing really epic happened. They're just having a good discussion, and like, again, I need to pay attention more when I watch this. But it looked like I did not know who was going home. It ended up being Franny that got sent home, and it's sad. I liked Franny. I had nothing against Franny. She seems like a great person inside and outside the game, and a great player. Like, I think if they have another second chance season, Franny will definitely be like in the running of people that you can choose from. But they made the right choice sending her home. Franny definitely had it in her to go on another immunity streak. And like I said, when you have these amazing players that are good at challenges and their social threats, you got to get them out the first opportunity you can, because you very well may not get that opportunity again, and it may be you that gets sent home. So yeah, great episode of Survivor. I hope you guys enjoyed watching Survivor. If you guys want to watch Survivor, it is on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on CBS, where you can stream it on Paramount Plus. And hope you guys enjoyed my Survivor recap. And until next time, stay regal.